Hey, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. You know, I love it when I finish a sketchbook, I fill the last page, and at some level I'm sort of sad that I have to say goodbye to it, but then I also feel super excited about starting the next sketchbook. And often I'll already have selected the one that I want to use because I love changing up format and changing up type of paper, even though I do have my favorites. But now I have this super exciting watercolor sketchbook with a landscape format, extra long. So I want to unwrap that and just get going with it. But sometimes it's really hard to get started in a new sketchbook because all the blank pages are just staring at you, waiting in anticipation how awesome your art should be in there, right? Well, that is just your inner critic saying like, are you sure you want to start this sketchbook? Because you're gonna mess up, right? Well, I have a way to, crack open, get into a new sketchbook and to get acquainted a little bit with it without too much pressure. I'll show you. So these are the main tools that I will probably be using most in this sketchbook. So I'm just going to draw them and use them on this first page. So I'm going to draw my favorite pen, and luckily I have another Lamy just close by to take a peek at, which is helpful. And I'm not going to worry about doing a perfect drawing. This is just a fun, flowy sketch drawing to feel how my pen flows on this paper because I don't know it that well yet. I kind of like it, how it flows on the paper, so that's a good sign. And I'm just moving on to drawing all the small pieces in my watercolor set. And I can add color later, so I can actually also see how these colors respond to the paper or how the paper responds to the color. Again, I am not worrying about capturing it all perfectly. I'm just roughly adding a little bit of shading and things are wonky, but it's all fine. I do know from experience that if I add a little bit of color, things will actually turn out to be not that bad at all. So I'll just keep going. And this is my first page. And by relaxing about it and not, trying to do the perfect drawing, this gives me a starting point for the sketchbook. It's okay, whatever I'm going to do in the next pages. I will also add my Waterbrush lying on the table, and those are basically my tools. So that's a good start, and because I am using platinum carbon ink in my fountain pen, I can actually simply add watercolor on top without having the ink bleeding. So that's what I'll do now. I will paint my pink Lamy pen, and I will fill each compartment with its color so that I have kind of a reference to the color palette that I have. I can also write down all the specific colors just in case one of them runs out, but I know these by heart. I know which tubes I use, so I don't feel the need to do that. But it can be really handy if you have many different palettes to actually write down the codes of your paint or maybe just the names of the paint. Good. I'm going to do something that is even more important. Because what if you are drawing on location, you are out and about, and your sketchbook, you leave it behind for some reason, you forget it, or it falls out of your bag, or anything can happen, right? Write your name in your sketchbook. It's actually the first thing you should do before you even take it outside. Write your name and your contact details and maybe a little message for in case it is lost and someone finds it. So that's what I'm doing, playing around with my letters, just having a little bit of fun. Again, I'm not trying to make this perfect. It just needs to be legible and a friendly message to the person that might find this sketchbook in case I would lose it. And then on the left I will add my contact details so they can contact me and help returning the sketchbook to me again. So if you do this, you have a 15 or 30 minute break or even longer, a really nice creative break, doing some fun stuff that doesn't feel daunting at all, and you have started your sketchbook. So you have, you have overcome that first fear of the first page, and now you can just flip the page. You started the sketchbook, you know the paper, you know how your paint reacts on that paper, you know how the pen feels, and you can do your next drawing, and your next, and your next, and your next. Good, I hope this was helpful. If you are drawing and painting your tools, then I would love to see that. Then share your drawings on social media using the hashtag DTTinaction. I'll see you next week. Bye.